For joining me, Chairman Comer. My first question to you is this. James Biden, an important character in all of this. We know about the $40,000 check from James to Joe. I know you've been in talks with his attorney. He didn't show up for his date when he was supposed to have his deposition. Do you think he comes before Congress?
I think James Biden will come before Congress. I think we'll eventually get Hunter Biden. Look, we've seen Joe Biden say that anyone who defies a congressional subpoena should be held accountable and they should be locked up. So we're going to see if his attorney general is going to be as aggressive with the Biden family at defying subpoenas as he was at anyone that was involved in any of the Trump investigations. But look, this is more evidence every day of the Bidens being involved in schemes that involved influence peddling around the world. That's what we found out with the FBI tapes that no one knew about until this Washington Post story surfaced on Sunday.
That's interesting. You said you think you'll get Hunter before Congress. He's volunteered to come publicly in that open door session, but you think he'll come for his deposition eventually?
I think he's going to have to. He doesn't have a choice. This is a credible investigation. The overwhelming majority of Americans are keeping up with this investigation. The Associated Press, which used to be a respectable news outlet, they did have a poll that showed that 70% of Americans believe that Joe Biden did something either illegally or at best unethically with his family's shady business schemes. The American people want to know what the Bidens did to receive the tens of millions of dollars that they got from our enemies around the world. That's a simple question. That shouldn't be hard to answer. And through the course of this investigation, not only have we found out about the millions of dollars that they'd taken in from foreign nationals, we've also found out that they disguised a lot of money as loans. There's no record of repayment of any of those loans, not only interest payments, but principal payments. And if that's the case, then they owe millions more in taxes. So Joe Biden wants to double the size of the IRS to go after tax cheats. He needs to look no further than the Christmas dinner table if he wants to look at a bunch of tax cheats who owe the federal government money. I mean, this family continues to think that the law doesn't apply to them, that taxes are only to be paid by the little working people and not the Biden family. That's why we're going to continue with this investigation, and that's why that we're going to have the Bidens sit down and be deposed. We have hundreds of substantive questions that we need to ask them, and I think the American people deserve the answers.
And you just said it. Look, the American people, a vast majority, Chairman Comer, believe there is something unethical here. Now, why do they believe that? Not because the media has been telling them the truth. In fact, the media has been burying all that you found, but we brought it here tonight. Let's scroll this. These are 20 pieces of evidence that you have uncovered. You can find them on House Oversight Committee's website. Devin Archer told you Joe Biden is the brand. 20 Biden phone calls with business partners, the 2014 dinner with business partners, the 2015 business dinner with business partners, and the list goes on. So how could the president have told us time and time again he has no involvement with Hunter?
He said that. He said he didn't know any of these people. We found out we knew them all. He said he never communicated with these people. We found out he communicated with every one of them. All the people that sent the Bidens millions of dollars from around the world who Joe Biden said he never met with, he met with them all. He talked to them. He had lunch with them. He spoke to them on the phone. They had dinner at Cafe Milano. They flew on Air Force Two. He has not been truthful with the American people. And why is that? This is a simple question. What did you do to receive the tens of millions of dollars from our enemies around the world? And then if you want to go further, next question, why didn't you pay taxes on it? What you're calling loans, have you made any payments on these loans? Are they loans, or did you disguise them as loans so you wouldn't have to report them to the IRS? There are so many questions here, and you look at the evidence, and I appreciate the fact that you showed the evidence on TV when so many in the mainstream media try to say there's no evidence because that's what the White House tells them to say. There's mountains of evidence. Why has the president not been truthful with the American people? What were they doing to receive the money? This is an issue of national security, and I think every American is concerned that our president is for sale. You have the FBI tapes that reveal that Jim Biden was trying to do influence peddling with his brother. We know that Hunter Biden was trying to do that. This has been a family business for a long time, and it needs to stop. And we need to know what damage has been done because of the family's influence peddling.
Final question for you here, Chairman Comer. I saw Senator Ted Cruz said that your investigators are working during the holidays. What are they up to now?
We were in Florida today, many of our staff interviewing people that were involved. They interviewed the trustee of the AmeriCorps Health debacle. This was one of the influence peddling schemes where Jim Biden went to a failing healthcare company and said, if you pay me $600,000, I can use my brother's contacts in the Middle East and get you all the money you want. They paid him $600,000. $200,000 of that ended up in Joe Biden's pocket, and they ran off. They defrauded that healthcare company, and Joe Biden was involved in that. He got a third of the cut. This is an example of what we're going to be doing. We're going to continue to be reviewing emails. We're going to continue to be reviewing bank statements. Bank statements are still trickling in because the family had so many shell companies and so many bank accounts. So we're going to work throughout the holidays. This is an important investigation. We're trying to wrap it up. And I think that the support is there from the American people to get answers to this investigation.
Chairman Comer, keep digging. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.